Hi, today we're joined by Chad Tetreault. Chad is Zscaler's public sector CTO for AI strategy and governance. Before joining Zscaler, Chad spent 20 years at DHS, with his last role being deputy CTO and deputy chief AI official. Today, we're going to talk about something that's very important, obviously, to everybody within AI, and that's security. To start, we're going to talk about a little bit about threats. So, what are the biggest threats that you're seeing that AI technologies are posing to government systems?
I'd like to break threats up in two ways. Really, it's for those who are creating models and for those that are consuming models. If you take that approach, what's really helpful is you can start to align data access and the potential to have data poisoning and how you can address those. And so if I'm creating models, right? So I'm a progressive agency and I'm really active in this space and I'm creating models, right? So supply chain vulnerabilities are incredibly important. Where are you sourcing your data? How are you collecting and leveraging that data when you're training your models? Although I'm a full supporter of open source, I have concerns over that. And when I think about leveraging open source data and those types of capabilities, I think about how do we make sure that it's really clear and that the model creators understand the data that they're using and how we're going to protect it. Now, when I think of the model consumer, right, the user of these products, I start to think more in line of not just the standard, what I think are starting to be a little more prevalent, which would be prompt injection attacks, where it's quite possible that a malicious actor, for instance, could manipulate AI through hidden code in a scanned document, right? Because in the government, we're all actively working to digitize as much of the work as we possibly can. And one of the things that's capable with prompt injection attacks is right is hiding data or code or language inside of these documents or even images. And those types of things continue to be a concern for me, and why I think it's important to have an active defense when you're really thinking about how you support your users, because there's this saying in the machine learning world, like garbage in, garbage out, but it's really that's kind of like your corporate or government data in. You don't want secrets to come out, right? And so you want to protect that, and those are areas that stand out for me.
Okay. So along with threats, AI is providing a lot of solutions too. So what are some of those solutions that AI you're seeing within the government system space?
Well, the most exciting for me is AI red teaming. And what AI red teaming really starts to bring to the table is the harsh reality that, threat actors are you already using AI. And one of the best published studies so far that I've seen is the GTG 1002 report that was put out by Anthropic. I highly recommend reading it. I think it was laid out really, really well. What you can see there is that it's going to take a very active, proactive defense capability, and AI red teaming is the way. Period. Humans need to eat and humans need to sleep, and humans have kids, like I do. And when you build AI red teams, they don't.
Yeah.
You can launch 5,000 attacks in minutes when you're AI red teaming, which is great because that can help you defend the products that you're building.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So AI systems have rapidly evolved, obviously, and there's some things that maybe government leaders haven't really anticipated. Are there any like threats that come to mind for you of something that might not have been anticipated that is really might have taken some government IT leaders by surprise?
The speed and execution of threat actors and their use of not just models, but what we're defining today as agent and agentic AI.
Mhm.
And much like that example that I gave, threat actors don't have governance and policy like we do here in our government organizations, and so they're all gas pedal, right? And so they're actively looking for ways, and they understand that, especially with generative AI, if I can get access, if I can reach it, I can breach it, right? And so if I can get access to your AI capabilities and your AI APIs, that is, the equivalent of the Holy Grail. and it gets me access to most likely a lot of data. Then, and those are the types of things that we need to be thinking about protecting. Deception technology really stands out for me too here as well, where on the positive side of this, you know, companies like Zscaler, we're actively thinking about new ways to defend, and that's the premise for our deception capabilities when it comes, to protecting your AI assets.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, with those new threats, with well, also those solutions, what are the best ways and ways that you would recommend that federal IT leaders develop security strategies to protect themselves?
I highly recommend people take a look at this. NSA and our international partners, I wrote it down, released the AI data security best practices document. It is a phenomenal document. And the reason why that's important is the foundation of these new capabilities is really going to be protecting your data. And then right behind that is going to be the actual system architecture. I feel that that is a great place to start because it gives team an actionable plan to think about how you secure your design, right? How you think about your procurement acquisition strategy, and how you deploy and operationalize these AI capabilities within your environment.
Okay. All right. Well, Chad, thank you so much for joining us and sharing a little bit more about some of the AI security strategies. Appreciate it. Join us next month for another federal AI interview with Zscaler.